Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopijana Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Yashodanandana Brajadana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajadana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanasari Jamuna Tira Vanasari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Brajadana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajadana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanasari Jamuna Tira Vanasari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Bolo, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Jai Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Radhe, Vishnupada Paramahamsa Paribhratakacharya Stotra Siddha Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhai Charan Arvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki ISKCON BBT Founder Acharyas Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Harinam Sankirtan Ki Grantaraj Srimad Baghavatham Ki Dainitai Gaura Pimanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and to Sri Gauranga. All glories to Sri Prabhupada. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Takshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Hamma Sri Guru Sri Juta Parakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyaivascha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraya. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a very means of conquest, let us first offer respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Narayana Rishi, the supremmost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta Prayesha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Tamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering a service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within the heart becomes destroyed or practically to nil, and loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, it becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samhitam Uttama Shloka Charitam Sakara Bhagavan Rishi Nishreyasaya Lokasya Dhanyam Swasya Namaha. This Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantaraj, the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God, the Srila Vyasadeva. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Surabhyay Namaha, Om Surabhyay Namaha, Om Surabhyay Namaha, Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangom Langayate Girim Yatkripa Tamaham Bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam Yatkripa Tamaham Bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our morning Srimad Bhagavatam, reading from canto number 1, chapter 3, entitled Krishna is the source of all incarnations. And yesterday we read text number 13, which was the 8th incarnation, the King Rishabhadev. So today is 14. Rishibir Yachchito Bheje Navamam Parthivam Vapuhu Dugdhimam Osadhir Vipras Tinayam Sa Ushattamaha Rishibir Yachito Bheje Navamam Parthivam Vapuhu Dugdhimam Osadhir Vipras Tinayam Sa Ushattamaha Rishibir Yachito Bheje Navamam Parthivam Vapuhu Dugdhimam Osadhir Vipras Tinayam Sa Ushattamaha Rishibir Yachito Bheje Navamam Parthivam Vapuhu Dugdhimam Osadhir Vipras Tinayam Sa Ushattamaha Rishibir Yachito Bheje Navamam Parthivam Vapuhu Dugdhimam Osadhir Vipras Tenayam Sa Ushattamaha Rishibir Yachito Bheje Navimam Parthivam Vapuhu Dugdhimam Osadhir Vipras Tinayam Sa Ushattamaha Rishibir Yachito Bheje
Parthivam vapuhu
Navamam parthivam vapuhu
Dugdhemamoshadhi vipra
Dugdhemam musathir vipras
Tenayam sa ushattamaha
Tinayam sa ushattamaha Rishibhihi by the sages Yachittaha being prayed for Bheje accepted Navamam the ninth one Parthivam the ruler of the earth Vapuhu body Dugdha milking Imam all these Oshadhihi products of the earth Vipraha O Brahmanas Tena by Ayam this Saha he Ushattamaha beautifully attractive Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki O Brahmanas in the ninth incarnation the Lord prayed for by sages accepted the body of a king, Prithu, who cultivated the land to yield various products, and for that reason the earth was beautiful and attractive. Kindly repeat after me. O Brahmanas, in the ninth incarnation, the Lord prayed for by sages, accepted the body of a king, Prithu, who cultivated the land to yield various products. And for that reason, the earth was beautiful and attractive. Purport. Before the advent of King Prithu, there was great havoc of maladministration due to the vicious life of the previous king, the father of Maharaj Prithu. And who was that king? The father of King Prithu. Mr. Vena. King Vena. King Vena. The intelligent class of men, namely the sages and the brahmanas, not only prayed for the Lord to come down, but also dethroned the previous king. It is the duty of the king to be pious and thus look after the all-around welfare of the citizens. Whenever there is some negligence on the path of the king in discharging his duty, the intelligent class of men must dethrone him. Hare Krishna. The intelligent class of men, however, do not occupy the royal throne because they have much more important duties for the welfare of the public. Instead of occupying the royal throne, they prayed for the incarnation of the Lord. And the Lord came as Maharaj Prithu. Real intelligent men or qualified brahmanas never aspire for political posts. Maharaj Prithu excavated many produces from the earth, and thus not only did the citizens become happy to have such a good king, but the complete sight of the earth also became beautiful and attractive. Translation again. O Brahmanas, in the ninth incarnation, the Lord O Brahmanas, in the ninth incarnation, the Lord prayed for by the sages, very enthusiastic, accepted the body of a king, of Prithu, who cultivated the land to yield various products. And for that reason, the earth was beautiful and attractive. Very important instructions in this text and purport. The absolute necessity of having qualified kings, qualified rulers, qualified leaders. And qualified leaders are only possible when there is a proper system of training and education. So Vedic culture is giving great emphasis and importance, and it has a whole system to train and educate those who are meant to be the leaders in society. Who are the main leaders in society? Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas. All three are actually meant to be natural leaders. Why they are leaders? Because they independently can do so many things. They don't depend on others. Of course, ultimately they depend on Krishna, because these leaders, especially Brahmanas, Kshatriya, and Vaishyas, Vedic culture, they are all very pious. Naturally, Brahmanas, their main focus is to cultivate Brahman, spiritual, transcendental subject matters. Kshatriyas, they are called Raja Rishi, Rajarshi. So they are saintly. And Vaishyas are also very pious, religious. They all of them, they are known as Dvijas, isn't it? Known as Dvija means they all chant Gayatri Mantra. Means they live their lives according to the teachings that are found in Vedic literature. So in the purport, Prabhupada mentions actually it is the duty, the responsibility of the most elevated, intelligent persons in society, means the Brahmanas, to actually be very diligent, be very cautious in observing the situation in society. I mean, specifically, Prabhupada makes this very strong statement that whenever there is some negligence on the part of the king in discharging his duty, the intelligent class of men must dethrone him. So, in Kali Yuga, so many leaders are not to the mark, to say the least. They are not understanding the basic principles of governance according to Vedic guidelines. And therefore, there is a particular the way to actually bring about the changes is to train qualified leaders. Automatically, if there are qualified leaders, the unqualified leaders will be dethroned. When there is good money, bad money goes away. So therefore, this gives importance to the need, and that's one of our primary responsibilities as devotees and as a society also, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, is to train all members of society. Actually, that's the very purpose of the Varnashram College that Prabhupada spoke about. Every single member of the society should be given opportunity to get proper training. Brahmanas, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudras as well. Different types of training, different type of education will be there according to the nature of different persons, isn't it? So when Srila Prabhupada spoke about his Gita Nagari, which was published in 1957 and is Back to Godhead magazine, he made a very important point that in our Gita Nagari means that place where families will live and their whole life will be centered on the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, Gita Nagari. That place where one lives and follows Krishna's instructions given in the Bhagavad Gita. So Prabhupada mentions that the first thing that will be done is to actually establish a temple where the deities of Sri Sri Radha Parthasarathi will be worshipped. And immediately after establishing the temple, the main focus will be education, training young boys especially. Prabhupada called his Gurukula, what did Prabhupada call his Gurukula in that essay Gita Nagari? It is the same name we are using here. Gita Pathashala. Our Gurukul, the name of our Gurukul here will be Gita Pathashala Gurukula. And Kiran can be one of our visiting faculty members. Yeah. We will have resident faculty and visiting faculty for the Gurukul. Also, well, actually mostly for Gurukul we'll have residential teachers, ashram teacher, academic teacher. But for the Varnashram College, which will be, Gurukul will be on this side, that building actually Gurukul. We can show you later. And this side will be actually Varnashram College, this side. And in between the temple and the Gurukula, we'll have a library, Vaishnav Research Institute, where we will have books of our different Vaishnav Sampradayas, various Vedic writings, both in soft copy and hard copy as well. And we will connect with other Vaishnav libraries, Vedic libraries, because that is meant to be the primary focus and activity of Brahmanas, to study. Brahmanas, they study, and because they are knowledgeable, then one of their most important activities, of course, is to teach, studying, and then teaching what they have studied. So this is, we see here from Shastra how this was always the preoccupation of Brahmanas. Brahmanas, they are, Prabhupada makes the point here, they're not interested to become politicians or leaders in society. They have more important service to do, which is in connection with dharma, teaching about dharma, which also includes preaching. So we are planning to also train devotees who can travel and preach the message of Bhagavad Gita, which is basically to introduce the basic concepts of dharma. Dharma samstapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Sanatan dharma. Important for people to know, to understand that Sanatan. Sanatan means eternal. Vedic knowledge, Vedic lifestyle, Vedic economy, various Vedic sciences, they are Sanatan. Sanatan means no need to change, they're eternal, isn't it? And this is meant to be the primary focus in these Vedic educational institutions, learning the basics, the basic principles. And if one understands these basic principles nicely, then one can go anywhere and live based on these principles and adjust accordingly. So the ninth incarnation, which is being referred to here, Prithu Maharaj, when, because of the previous activities, this is being referred to here, because of the previous king, King Vena, as we mentioned earlier, he was unqualified king, and he disrupted, because he didn't follow, he did not allow brahmanas to perform jagyas, to chant mantras. He stopped all religious activities, and therefore the whole planet became very chaotic, as mentioned here. And therefore, when the sages, they actually prayed and they arranged for Prithu Maharaj to actually appear in a very unusual way, is described in the Baghavatham, because normally the kings, they come down as like family. That kind of parampara, family, because when Vedic culture is in place, family, we call, family descent is normally the son of a king becomes the next king, because if that king is actually qualified, then he will beget a qualified son. Of course, in the case of, that's also explained in the Bhagavatam, in the case of King Vena, his father was very qualified, but from the mother's side there was something in the past, and so as a result King Vena was born. That's why the lineage, what we call family lineage, in Vedic culture, even now, those who are more traditional, they will take a long time, the parents of both the young boy and the young girl, or the young man and the young woman, before arranging marriage, they will study for a long time, 1 year, 2 years. They will look at the history. They will find out so many things about the other family. And then they will, when everything is in proper order, then they will arrange for marriage. Not like modern day system, which is not actually a system. So it means that in the Vedic culture, everything is planned. Everything is very systematic because it is based on Shastra, and Shastra is giving us information about our previous activities, about karma, like when we make the horoscope. So to arrange the marriage between boy and girl, then horoscope is one of the considerations, isn't it? So like this, everything is properly planned. And as soon as we deviate from what is the general practice, the general recommended systems that are there in Shastra, then this brings about all kinds of irregularities. Prabhupada uses the word chaos. So Prithu Maharaj, when he became the king, the whole planet actually was very disturbed, not producing food. And so this verse also telling very nicely how one of the signs of good government is that the earth will be very attractive and beautiful. But we know that in modern day society, the earth is losing, has already lost so much of its natural resources, natural beauty, natural attraction. The rivers are no more there, and whatever rivers are there mostly are polluted, isn't it? I was reading just 2 days ago, Saturday, giving class in the community hall. So the verse was explaining how Krishna and Balaram, Krishna and Arjuna. Krishna and Arjuna had gone in the forest to kill some ferocious animals, and after some time they became tired, so they came to the bank of the Jamuna, and being very thirsty, they drank the water of the Jamuna. So it means that the water was pure. Before, actually 50 years ago, selling water was inconceivable. Now we cannot live without buying water, actually, because water either is not there or water is polluted. Yeah. So when there are responsible leaders in society, then Mother Nature is properly cared for, and therefore she produces sufficiently to meet the needs of people. Now, as we know, all over the world we have so much of scarcity, and therefore it's a sign, it's an indication that there is bad government, bad leadership. So that is one of our one of the responsibilities in the Krishna consciousness movement, to bring about good leadership, good government, and that can best be done by systematically training the people in the traditional educational institutions that were there in the Vedic culture. Someone was telling that previously, before the British came to India, do you know how many Gurukul there was? Huh? There were over 7 lakhs Gurukula.
In India.
All over India. Because even now there are, well, now it's coming down, but not so long ago there were still over like 7 lakhs villages in India. So practically speaking, every village had its own Gurukul. You see. So that whole system was actually destroyed, and now there's a need to reintroduce, reestablish the ancient system of Gurukula, which is the ideal system, and for that we need Sanskrit teachers. Yeah, Sanskrit teachers especially, because Gurukul subject matter mostly is in Sanskrit, and there are some Gurukuls like Shringeri, they only teach in Sanskrit, they only speak in Sanskrit also. So we'll read the text again if there's any comment or question. This is, yeah. The text 14 reads as follows: O Brahmanas, in the 9th incarnation, the Lord, prayed for by sages, accepted the body of a king, Prithu, who cultivated the land to yield various products. And for that reason, the earth was beautiful and attractive. So, any comments or questions? So we will close here. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam.